Ano na ba yung last time natin? Kalimutan ko na.
That's what I'm here for. Everyone always needs a recap.
Grabe, electric fan.
Even journaled. And I say he's quite observant too. Happens to the best of us. I usually just skip recaps and shows, because unlike other people, I don't forget shit. Even if it's been like a month. I'd probably continue playing Fire Emblem and fucking, what was the other RPG I was playing? Hyperdimension Neptunia Let's Plays, and I'll still remember how to play the games. Maybe. Anyway, enough complaining and me inflating my own ego. Welcome back. Identitatem Discrimin lies within. Last we left off, we finally managed to successfully retrieve another one of the 9 discs belonging to Mirai. That was won from an auction, apparently, by a noble family. We were attacked by Kyo and her born this way id. But we fought her and we found... Yes. And she technically actually helped us in the end get the disc. So now our journey continues to uncover where the other remaining discs are, where we continue doing our usual. Alright, so this time you have once again a new request from a new client.
Nawala yung mga character ko din. Kasi pinilit ko yung map eh.
Yawa?
Yung character ko yung naka-open dito kanina. Ayan, okay. Galing naman. Pwede ka na magtayo ng computer shop. Nakakonect mo bawat ano. Okay, game.
Anyway, he says he has valuable information to trade with you and also monetary benefits if you decide to take his request. Apparently, for some reason, well, not really specifically, but it seems he knows you guys are looking for something, and he believes he'll be able to help you if you help him with his request. He is asking you guys to perform a sting operation.
Sino yan? Sino yung nag-request?
Anonymous clients as usual.
Okay. Via call lang.
It's from an email.
Okay.
Apparently he's an ex-detective. And he's been fired, but he still wants to see this investigation pull through to the very end.
Nicole, kung gusto mo kumain, may kanin na dyan, tsaka ulam. Ulit. Hindi pa ba kuya mo?
I don't know. Anyway, so he wants you to do a sting operation on this place that he believes is doing illegal child prostitution. As you guys are reading and debating amongst yourselves, Mirai suddenly decides to butt in. I'm quite certain this is just my instinct speaking here, but in case I am wrong, you guys are free to ignore my additional request. But if you guys are going to accept this mission, I would like to impose a handicap for you guys when you take this request. When you guys do this, I will not allow you to use your id abilities to complete the mission. I am quite certain no id abilities will be involved in this mission, and I want you guys to be less reliant on your id abilities. It will be good practice, and besides, it wouldn't be any good if more people found out there were id abilities and such roaming around, wouldn't it? So unless you absolutely have to, I'd request if you guys are going to accept this sting operation to refrain from using your IDs for now.
Yeah, I think we can do that.
So does that mean we're taking the job?
Yes.
Alright. So,
Sa slum area of Tondo ba yan?
yes. Yes, that's totally the place. I totally came up with that ahead of time, and it's not because you said it that I made it reality. Because I am not very familiar with Manila. Even though that's supposed to be the main setting for this place. Anyway, you guys meet up with the client and he gives you more info on the case. Alright, so there's this restaurant, or rather a bar, located around this part. I know this is the area where the illegal activities are happening. Although they may seem like just a shady bar on a shady street. If you order this specific thing and then you say this phrase, the waiters will guide you to a secret area where they do their illegal prostitution stuff.
Yeah, the dark room.
Obviously, so what I want you guys to do is investigate and find and gather some incriminating evidence. While not necessarily part of the mission, if you guys so desire, you may even try saving one of their workers there.
Or everyone there.
I'm more than positive this sting operation will allow everyone inside to be saved, all the victims of this place to be saved regardless. But if you so choose, that is an option you can take as well. It will most likely be hard. Because obviously, they want to keep this thing as much of a secret as possible, so trying to get any evidence will be hard. No doubt they'll confiscate any cameras or whatever you have with you. So how you choose to do this, the rest I leave to you. Regardless of whether you succeed or not, I'm still more than willing to impart to you whatever info I may gather. But the money, I will not be giving.
After the operation.
If you fail. Alright. So, what's the game plan?
So I think Billy will initiate the inside of the bar.
Alright, he's gonna pretend to be a customer.
Yeah.
Alright, so how are you guys gonna
And then, Panacea and me, Tokyo, will apply as a waitress or anything that we can apply inside. Cook, waitress, chef, receptionist, or whatever.
I see.
So that we can go inside of it.
Playing the long game instead. Alright, I dig this.
Si Billy, ano siya, parokyano. Alam mo yung term na yun?
Huh? Huh? Oh, I thought you said piano player.
Parokyano.
Oh. Nope, I have no idea what that is. Is that Spanish?
Isa siya sa mga ano doon, magiging regular client. VIP client.
That's gonna be all. I thought you said he was gonna become a piano player and you were making a reference to Apollo Justice. Here at Porsche Ball Club, da? Welcome to Porsche Ball Club. We totally not secret prostitution
Pwede
place.
mag-apply si Tokyo at Panacea as a dancer or singer sa bar. Diba? Okay, go.
Alright, so that's our plan. So I guess I'm gonna be a customer.
Yeah,
but
ano siya, kailangan mag-get up siya ng mayaman, maraming gold, para mukha siyang VIP client.
Not a problem. Panacea is rich. She's more than able to purchase stuff like that. In the meantime, though, let's implant Panacea and Tokyo as workers of the bar and stuff. Alright, so you guys are applying for
any position that fits us.
Then tell me, what are your talents? Any portfolio you can show us?
We can sing, we can dance, we can entertain.
Mind giving an example then? Like, what's the term for it?
Audition.
You know what they say in Showtime?
Audition.
Yeah. Then how about an audition right here, right now then?
Kausap na ba nila yung may-ari o manager lang?
Yeah, you guys are applying. This is like a
Manager.
hiring guy or whatever it's called.
Manager na.
Okay, so you guys are gonna try performing.
Okay.
That would most typically be a presence role.
Okay.
Okay,
Let's do this.
then roll for presence. I guess I'll roll for Panacea.
Ilan yun? Kay Tokyo.
Yeah, I sure hope a toothbrush will get this off.
May toothbrush ka na?
No?
Ika toothbrush. Ano i-roll natin?
Presence.
Ah, 6.
Panacea rolled a 17.
Ilan ito? 6 and 5, 11.
An 11. Alright. So, you guys just decide to improvise. You guys clearly didn't think this through enough. The two of you decide to duet your favorite love song. It was terrible.
The performance is terrible.
Yes, it was.
Pero
Wait.
may impress na rin yung manager kasi maganda sila tapos naka-sexy attire. Naka-sexy outfit.
You know, we don't actually have any singers in this bar, and nor do we have any dancing. We have a DJ who drives up the bar every night, and there is a dance floor, and everyone is allowed to. Do you guys actually know what a bar is?
Yes, of course.
Anyway, while your vocal cords aren't exactly very stimulating to hear, I guess I can get a job for you guys. You are now dismissed. I'll call you guys in a couple of days, maybe weeks, to see if you guys are hired for any job. So Tokyo and Panacea return, and Billy's playing video games. He sees you guys return to the HQ and like, hey, you guys are back. How'd it go? Knock 'em dead? I just realized you have the attractive perk, but we didn't use it. Could have at least given yourself advantage on the roll. Oops. Well, too late now. Fantasy is like, it was horrible. I'm definitely not gonna work on a bar when I retire or whatever from this. Yeah, I mean, you said you were going to be a doctor or something. You guys think you're gonna be able to get in? More importantly, you guys think you're gonna be able to work with the secret prostitute brothel business they run there? You think they're gonna let you in on their secret? I don't think you guys can just go up and say, hey, we know there's a brothel here and we want to work there. They're clearly gonna be suspicious with that. So, are we actually just going to wait and see what happens to you guys? If you guys are gonna be waiting, might I suggest going on some classes or maybe buying something from my plate, from my treasury? Mirai suggested.
Yeah.
I don't have any new supplies yet, but I doubt that really matters. buy something?
Sakay Mirai.
From Mirai, yes. Everyone is available to do their usual purchasing thing. One wealth level 3, any amount of wealth level 2 or lower, or a wealth level 4 item at the cost of permanently reducing your wealth level.
Na ano mabibili para magamit sa operation.
Indeed. If you have any sort of idea in mind, I'm more than happy to improvise a new supply for purchase.
New supplies, I think. Hindi pa natin kailangan ito eh.
What do you have in mind then?
Pwede ba yung potion na kapag nagsalita ka, yung mga makakausap mo para silang makakaano, di parang oo na lang sila ng oo.
A psychedelic?
Para at least yung mission nila na makapasok sila.
Well, there is the Bane's Charmed, Dominated, and Truthfulness. Those seem like the ones you would want, I guess.
Pwede.
Alright, Charmed. What power level would you be able to
Charmed.
purchase them in? Minor Charm, the target is mentally compelled to become more friendly. Major Charm, the attacker chooses the charm is platonic or romantic. Alright. Dominated means you just straight up you just control their mind.
Yeah.
And Truthfulness just makes it so they can't lie. Alright, so Dominated based on one word command. Alright, so looks like Charmed is what you guys want. Alright, let me make something quick here. Exit the Mirai's treasures for now. I'm gonna go do something.
Okay.
Alright, I got something. You're free to look. It'll cost you wealth level 4 for a single one of them special hypnotic love potions
Sana.
they've designed that Mirai somehow just possesses, and the technology and sciences of this era are able to do. If you go to Mirai's treasures again,
Yan na. Love potion 4, level 4.
yep, you guys are only wealth level 3. You guys can purchase it, but you'll be permanently reduced to wealth level 2. But if you guys succeed, you will receive the rewards and you'll be back to wealth level 3.
Feeling ko, ako na lang muna, si Tokyo na lang muna ang gagamit.
You're gonna buy one? Very well then. You now possess a single of these love potions. And now everyone's wealth level is reduced to 2. Alright. A few days pass, you receive your items, and along with that, you also receive a thing You guys have been officially hired to work at the bar as janitors.
Okay, no problem.
Your work starts this night. So,
So kaming dalawa makakapasok dito na siya.
as a low-level employee of
Okay.
janitor, alright, you guys are back in the bar at last. You guys are wearing your shitty, ugly-ass looking janitor clothes. Alright, you guys, get out there and do some cleaning.
Okay.
We want this place clean before it opens up. Wouldn't want people thinking it's ugly as looking. Just because we're in the slums doesn't mean we gotta look ugly as well.
Okay, boss, no problem. You can do it.
Alright, so you guys are cleaning, but are there any ulterior objectives you guys have in mind?
Yeah. Habang nandun kami, magmamasid-masid na kami sa Pilipinas.
Ha? Ano ibig sabihin nun?
Ano na kami, sa search sa buong place habang naglilinis na hindi kami nahahalata. Obserbahan na namin kung saan ba dito nagaganap yung bentahan.
The
prostitution.
secret operation. I guess that's fine. That would be a perception roll, I guess.
Wala kang nagawang map ng lugar, ng bar.
I guess you guys are given a tour. So now you know the layout of the bar, at least. But obviously, any secret places they don't want regular employees knowing wouldn't be good.
Anong natin? Perception?
You guys were hoping for to be waiters, since waiters are the ones who are given the knowledge of the brothel. But sadly, you guys are janitors. I rolled a 4.
Dalawa, di ba?
Huh? Yeah. What do you mean dalawa?
Isang 6, isang 10, 20.
What is your perception?
2.
2 is a 1d6.
Kaya nga. So ito. 8 and 4, 12.
12. Alright, you guys do your cleaning. You guys do a thorough sweep. But unfortunately, during your cleaning, you are unable to find anything. But on the bright side, no one was suspicious of you guys. In fact, they were actually somewhat surprised at your work ethic. It's like, alright, opening time's almost here, and whoa! You guys are really good at cleaning.
Thank you, boss.
Well, keep this up and at least and expect at least a raise. But for now, since you guys are employees, you guys at least have the privilege of staying here in the bar
Yeah.
and doing stuff you still have to pay if you're gonna order anything. You think that guy is also the owner of the brothel?
I'm clueless, but let's see.
If he is, then we could just straight up ask our employer some questions and
Yeah.
skip.
Just for now, let's observe first.
I'm underage. I'm not fit for drinking, so I would rather much like to leave now that we've done our janitor job.
No, maglilinis-linis pa rin tayo habang nag-start na yung open na.
I'm not cleaning in the bathrooms then, but I'll clean wherever else. So you guys...
Panacea, you're so...
Come on, there's most likely gonna be a lot of drunkards there. And I don't want to be in risk of being assaulted.
But that is our job. Kailangan din natin makapasok. Anyway, so ayan na, open na yung bar.
Yep.
So ang plano kasi ni Tokyo, talagang iikot-ikot siya dun sa sa bar. Gusto niya na makapansin sa charm niya, 'di ba? May na siya, pasas na niya yung charm.
Yes,
Na isang
you.
client na pwede na babayaran siya.
Uh, I think
Kasi makikita, oh, sino yun? Ang ganda. Pwede ko bang i-table yun?
you are misunderstanding. This brothel is a child prostitution place. You are age 30. You look very much
Kaya
not
nga,
like...
pero dahil maganda si Tokyo, tsaka nakapusas na niya yung charm, yung may mga tao pa rin na parang maaano sa kanya, mabibighani. Kasi malakas yung kanyang sex appeal.
Alright,
Hindi mo
so...
nagigets?
Alright, so
Kumbaga magtatanong lang, sino yun? Pwede ko bang yun? Makuha
Alright,
yung
so my
number?
interpretation is this. Well, you definitely don't look all that attractive in the janitor's outfit, but
Yeah,
attractive enough at least. So you're going to stay in the bar and hope one of the customers approaches you, and you're going to try getting info out of them and hope they know about the brothel as well. Maybe somehow. Alright. You do that. As for Panacea, she's just gonna keep cleaning in peace. She won't be of much help. So this is just you, girl. Roll for presence, I guess.
presence again is 2.
Since you have the attractive perk, you gain advantage 1.
So, ilan ang nilolol ko?
An extra 1 die. That's how
Na-
advantage work.
Na six.
Whatever isn't the D20.
Ha?
As long as it's not the D20, that is the amount. That is the extra dice you roll.
Uy, 6. Sumabog. Explode.
Sumabog.
6, 5, 5, 16.
You don't keep the you don't keep the other 5. You just keep the 6. The 6 explodes, so you get to roll it again.
3
Alright, 6 plus 5 plus
3.
3 is equal to...
Where's my calculator?
14.
Okay.
Alright, so you're in the bar and you begin flaunting yourself. You're like, "Excuse me, bartender, I'd like to order your strongest alcohol." The guy is like, the bartender's like, "Hmm?" But he just goes along since you are.
A customer.
You're a customer and also technically an employee. Meanwhile, in the nearby tables, you hear some men speaking. "Who the hell's that chick? I don't know, man, but she's really embarrassing."
Akala
then-
ko naman, she look, wow.
And as you hear that, you're like, self-esteem damage. And Fantasy is like, "Yo, I'd like juice instead." Because I'm
you can order
underage.
juice.
So she takes a sip and is like, "Alright, so by the looks of things, it seems our operation is going rather poorly."
So, padating na si Billy. Pumasok na si Billy. Doon na siya ma-enter. Kasi open na yung
Alright,
Ipapanggap na siya na customer.
but he still doesn't have the enough tools to be able to gather evidence this way. They're still most likely going to confiscate his phone and
Hindi, wala
he's
siyang
gonna
dala.
get his
Magpapanggap
stuff
lang siya.
searched.
Mag-iinom lang siya doon and mag-observe.
Alright,
Nasa ano pa lang naman tayo eh. Nasa first day pa lang naman, first night. So talagang more on ano pa lang yan. Failure, ano pa lang nangangapa pa sila pa na silang tatlo dun sa place.
suddenly, you got both your phones simultaneously vibrate. Both of you check it. It's from Billy. He's like, "I got impatient. I'm gonna try going in there already." And it's like, you guys look at each other and then search around the tables and see, yup, there he is. He's already ordering, and then he's already being asked by and then he's already being guided by a waiter. And Panacea and Tokyo are like, should we follow along? Try and sneak? See where they take Billy?
No, we just let Billy do his thing.
Yeah, if he gets taken, he can just share the info with us, I guess. I want more juice. This is actually really good. What brand is this?
Enjoy ni Panacea.
Meanwhile, Billy, so they're in the bathroom, like there's the men and the women, and then there's just this wall. The waiter just pushes a random part of the wall, and then suddenly the wall goes woof like that, and then Billy's like, whoa! It flips, and then there's a staircase, and the place lights up. So you can actually see your steps and you're taken in, then he's taken to a room. Please use one of our operating computers. Once you invite a worker of your desires, they will personally come meet you, so you can begin your thing. Have fun, good sir, and have a good evening. That he leaves, and it's as if nothing ever even happened. And Billy's like, I'm here now. I got all my stuff confiscated, including my gun, and obviously my ear thingy, so I can't just contact Tokyo and the others now.
No, sasabihin ni Billy dun sa waiter, wait, I just want to ask something.
Yes, how else may I be of assistance?
I see someone wearing a janitor's uniform. Can I ask her to be my waiter for a night? If she can assist me, if it's possible.
I'm afraid that is not possible. You may only do the thing with the people that are actually within this brothel. Those two janitors, I have no idea why you think this. In fact, I'm rather suspicious why you think you can just go do this with anyone that's working here.
No, because I got a crush on that girl. Kasi nagpula-pula yung eyes niya.
Anyway, they don't have consent. Here in this brothel, our workers all agree and consent. And obviously, we've also checked if they have any diseases that can be, shared, transmitted through sex. And yeah, those two are unaware, and when we haven't asked them yet. So until we have their consent and they know about this brothel operation, you may not ask just any of our customers. All right.
Customers or
I meant employees. Anyway,
okay.
Guy
So
is
just give me someone that sexy and pretty. Can you do that for me? Para hindi na maging suspicious yung manager. Kunwari manyak lang talaga si Billy na mahilig sa babae.
roll for deception.
Okay. Sino? Si Billy? Billy?
Yes. His deception is 0.
Yeah.
He only rolls a 20. I rolled a 21 on my perception. These
21
waiters
ka?
are no good. Yep. You need to roll a 20 to succeed to beat me now. That's a 5% chance. Alright. The waiter decides to let go. He finds Billy's actions really suspicious, but a customer's a customer. For now, Billy just has this feeling that the waiter will be alerting everyone else now to be mindful of Billy. So his returns will most likely not be easy, because now people are suspicious of him. The waiter leaves, and now there's only the operating panel for Billy to peruse the employees, the prostitutes. That's the fucking word. Why have I forgotten that word? Alright, so according to the operation, the most expensive one and the most highly rated one is this girl. She looks to be like maybe a high school student, maybe around 15 or 14 years old. Illustrious. And yeah, she's very expensive.
Kuha ako ng pagkain ko.
Go ahead. I can't eat anything. I don't want to eat anything. Is this actually gonna take us 2 sessions? I expected this to be quick. So is Billy actually gonna be attempting to use their services? What's he gonna do? He's entered now already.
Yeah, pwede naman. Kukuha siya ng isang prostitute, pero syempre hindi niya i-abuse. Ano lang, talk-talk lang sila. Usap-usap, kwentuhan, inom. Pero,
Alright.
doon na siya kukuha ng info. Doon sa kukuha na niyang prostitute kung ilang taon na bang nag-ooperate yun.
Alright. Well, obviously, I did already mention this illustrious girl. Obviously, these are all just code names. It's not actually their real name. There's some other cheaper alternative people as well. Like there's Kumoko, Ami, and I can't come up with any more code names. Just know that there's quite they have quite the
mga
list.
color, si red, si violet.
In the dozens. There's quite a bunch. Some highly rated, some low rated. There's lots of children ranging from grade school to high school students. But obviously they're all underage. Anyway, since you guys spent a lot of your money getting that love potion, you guys obviously, Billy obviously can't afford any of the higher rated things, so he decides to go for a lower one. With all this money, with his wealth level 2, he can afford one person to be with him for 5 minutes. Obviously, it's a prostitution, illegal, expensive. 5 minutes is all he can afford with the cheapest guy. So he takes on the cheapest guy after a few minutes. A young girl wearing a rather fancy looking silk dress and red hair. Just as the image says, oh, I guess that makes a lot of sense why not a lot of people would want to accept her. She's got 4 eyes. She looks like a spider or something. Is it some sort of defective mutation? She tries to dress pretty. At least I can at least try making her feel better. Wait, no, that sounds wrong. Alright, so Billy finally arrives at the room. And then like, is this your first time here? Have you any experience?
Yeah, this is my first time.
I see. Well, it is mandatory for our customers and us to go take a bath first before doing anything. Oh, all right. So where's the men's and the women's? There is only one. We share them.
We shower together.
And Bill's like, shit. I don't feel like seeing any women nipples right now. Alright, so what's Billy gonna do?
Okay, you can shower yourself. I'll just wait here. Siyempre, gentleman si Billy.
You misunderstand. Both of us have to shower, sir.
No, it's okay with me.
No, it is not okay. Showering before we do the thing is very important, you see. And we only have 5 minutes. So if you want to do your thing, I'd suggest we take it together at the same time.
But
Is there some sort of problem? What religion are you in? I know there's some religions that forbid bathing together. She's questioning you. There's an opportunity to lie now. Do you want to take it?
Dalay na ako.
Alright, then roll for deception. Again. Yep.
Seven.
Oh yeah, I'm an atheist, and yeah, atheists, they don't like bathing together. And Kumoko is like, atheists. That means you don't have any religion, sir. Oh, whatever. But we're wasting our time here. What are you really here for? Why are you acting so strangely?
Wala baka magbuko na si Billy.
Oh God, the jig's coming up. What do I do? Maybe I should just tell her I'm not interested. But wouldn't that be even more suspicious? If I just leave now, that'd be really awkward.
No. Okay. Para mag-shower na kami ng mabilis. Pero ako, si Billy nakatalikod lang at nakapikit all bathing time.
Billy is certainly most definitely not a lolicon, so Billy agrees and is like, fine, I'll go with. I'm just not very. I'll be honest with you. I had like a girlfriend once, and ever since then, bathrooms have sort of been bathing with a girl, a traumatizing experience for me. I see. Well, allow me to alleviate that for you. And Billy's like, no! So Billy insists they like bathe far apart from each other and with curtains. No reason. Kumoko is still a little suspicious, but nothing further. Finally, they only have 2 minutes left. They finally finish the bathing. That was a long-ass conversation, so that must have been a really quick bath. Anyway, where do you want to go from here? The girl begins bathrobes. She's beginning flirting. This is really awkward. Why are you giving me that look? What's
Hindi ko na alam eh.
Oh God, I don't want to stick my dick anywhere right now. How can I avoid doing any
Okay,
procreation
hello
with this
Inigo,
girl?
let's drink muna. Inom muna tayo.
Uh, how about we go get ourselves some nice drinks first? I am underage, and also, that's gonna waste even more of our time.
It's okay.
Are you Are you actually afraid of having sex with an underage person, and yet here you are in a child prostitution place, an illegal one no less? You, sir, are very strange. I find you quite interesting.
No. It's just that I'm trying because parang gusto lang ano ni Billy na traumatized kasi siya before, so parang gusto niyang i-try. Kunwari, ganun ang papalabas niya. Kunwari may trauma siya sa ano, pero he wants to try. Yun lang ano niya, palabas lang niya.
Alright. So he goes with that explanation, and I guess the Kumoko girl is somewhat convinced. Very well then, if you're uncomfortable, then we can skip that part. We still have a couple of minutes left. It would be bad for me if I just decided not to do anything. So, if there's anything else you'd like to do with me, I'm more than welcome. As long as you anything to make sure I don't get a bad rating at least.
Yeah, of course.
You've at least convinced her now that you're not having sex. Yeah. What else are
Pwede
we
ba ako magtanong-tanong?
Alright, so Billy decides, how about we just have a nice friendly conversation? And Kumoko's like, if that is what you wish, then it is my command. So, what is it that you wanted to talk about?
Paano ka napasok sa prostitution na to? Why?
I got myself hired.
Why? Is it because of kahirapan? Or to help your study? To help your family? Why?
I'm an adopted daughter, you see. My family, they're a gay couple. I wouldn't say we're poor or in bad business. I guess you could say this is sort of a punishment for myself. Eh? Punishment? Why? Is there something you're not proud of you're doing and you're atoning for your sins? Somehow by doing this, can't you just like go to a church and confess or something at a confessionary? My sins. They aren't what you think they are, but needless to say, life is a little difficult for me. Not financially. I'd like to think I have good parents as well. Although I am not their blood relative. They treat me well enough, but I guess you could say I'm more unhappy with myself more than anything. And I'm doing this because I hate myself.
Why? Why you need to torture yourself in this kind of work? I think you are matalino. You can do other job.
Well, if you really want to know more, why not come back at another time? And Billy's like, huh? You're out of time. That's where the questioning ends for Billy, I suppose. With that, he leaves. Tokyo and Pansia greet him back. They ask how stuff's going. The bar's going for closing, and looks like that's gonna be how this investigation ends for today. And you guys are back at the HQ now, wondering what to do next.
Any suggestion, Mirai? Because our first plan failed.
I wouldn't say it's failing, it's more or less. If you guys really are that impatient, it's not failing, I'd say. You guys are simply being impatient right now. Billy obviously can't afford to continue doing any repeats, and based on what you've told me, it seems the people working are a bit suspicious of Billy now. The two of you are just going to have to continue impressing and hope you get promoted as waitresses. And from there, maybe you guys can talk. Meanwhile, Billy, it seems you've established sort of a friendly connection with one of the prostitutes. I'm quite familiar with the work myself. Prostitutes like the prostitutes and stuff. They usually regard themselves as sort of therapists themselves. If you continue, the two of you might get along real well and get more information. Of course, I don't have any money, so it'll be up. So how's you guys' salary? Tokyo Fantasy. I guess we can at least afford being able to keep Billy renting Kumoko for 5 minutes. Hey, with our next salary, we could change that to 10 minutes. Panacea said. It's a slow burn. As long as you guys don't do anything suspicious during these next few days, I'm confident you guys can do this.
Okay.
But if push comes to shove, it is just an optional rule I'm enforcing upon you guys. You're free to just go ahead and use your ID abilities. By the way, how the heck are you keeping baby blood in check, Panacea? And Panacea's like, oh, I have them locked up in a cage. Oh. They're rowdy. It would definitely blow our cover if they decide to do something. So I decided I locked them up. They definitely won't be getting out of that cage. Alright, so the days pass. And you guys continue doing your performance.
Okay, pumasok na ulit si Tokyo at si Panacea sa work.
Alright, what kind of attribute is janitoring like? Like, how do you janitor? It'd probably be physical, agility, fortitude, might.
Agility.
It could also potentially be fortitude, because it's tiring work to go around cleaning constantly.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, what the fuck? His presence is 3. That's amazing.
Dito kayo.
No, Billy. Billy has more presence than you. He's sexier. And you may have the attractive perk, but he has presence 3. Anyway, Billy's going to have to will through things. Meanwhile, you two are gonna try continuing to impress. Alright, so Billy will roll for will, while Panacea and Tokyo roll for fortitude.
Sino ko? Sa kay Billy ako.
Sure, and I guess I'll roll for Tokyo and Panacea's fortitude.
3 ako. 3. 460. Will.
Fortitude.
13 and 3. 16.
16. 7 for Panacea. 6 for Tokyo. Alright, so a week happens. Panacea and Tokyo do their job just fine, but not enough to impress anyone. You did get a raise, your performance is like stellar, but definitely not enough to convince the people to
Hindi talaga sila
give you a
nakapansin.
promotion.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they both rolled the 7 and the
Kasi lahat
6.
is busy sa kanilang child prostitution.
Meanwhile, Billy decides to start a part-time work of his own. He starts working at a convenience store somewhere for a gas station, so he can earn just a little bit more as well. Yeah. So he can pay for a couple more time, so he can help with the sting operation.
Bakit wala silang funds?
Yeah, you guys are only wealth level 2 now. You guys spent your money buying that love potion.
Tapos di naman nagagamit.
Yep, you guys haven't used it yet. In fact, why don't you guys use it yet? Use it on your employer, charm him, and then you guys can be all like, why not give us a promotion and tell us all the secrets of this bar? You guys want to do that now?
Yeah.
All right. I warn you though, there are consequences.
Like what?
Alright, let me give you the description. The charm Bane can only be inflicted via Bane attack. Damaging attacks cannot trigger pains. There's 2 charm levels. You can inflict minor charm. The target is mentally compelled to become more friendly, only changing their attitude toward you moderately. They are about to strike you, they will restrain themselves, still angry and hostile but no longer violent. If they want to help you and are leaning towards trusting you but have some hesitation because you've just met, then that hesitation goes away. While most Banes last until the target actively attempts to resist, this one prevents them from having free will. Their target is suppressed. When your target successfully succeeds at the resist, basically, I can't find the description, but basically, there are obviously effects. Once the charm wears off, they'll finally come back to their senses and realize what terrible bad decisions they've committed. Sure, you may be able to convince him while he's in a state of euphoria, but after that, he'll be all like, hey, did you guys just try to seduce me or something to get you guys higher ratings and stuff? That's no good. And wait, did I just tell you about the secret of this place? That's no good either. At least that is assuming he's the boss and he knows about the brothel business.
Muna pala. Observe na lang din muna.
Alright, continue observing. Oh, right. Tokyo has the additional job she's doing. I think she should have rolled for presence as well, because she's still trying to attract customers to share info with her, right? So roll for presence for Tokyo actually, with advantage as usual.
Okay. 6. Uy, sumabog na naman.
Nice.
Nasa 1. 20.
Oh, go roll again for the d6. Maybe you roll another 6.
1, 6,
That's a 7.
4.
Alright, 7 plus 4 is an 11.
Ayan, tapos lang. Ang dami-dami number eh.
Again, no one finds Tokyo all that interesting. She's now simply known around the people who frequent the bar as a flirtatious janitor who's trying her best but is failing miserably and is an awkward embarrassment. That's the rumor spreading around. Meanwhile, Panacea is trying to stay away from her because she doesn't want to be associated with the awkward girl as a friend, much less an acquaintance. Even just an acquaintance would be an embarrassment. Meanwhile, Billy's managed to get another 5 minutes with Kumoko. Well, actually, this time it's 10 minutes. Isn't that amazing? You guys were able to straggle enough funds with this week's salary.
Okay.
No wrong
Kina-request
song.
ni Billy si
Kumoko.
Kumoko.
Japanese meaning spider child. Or little spider, I don't know. Shit, this is still not fitting. Alright, so we're back again. And Kumoko's like, huh, I'm quite surprised. You actually did come back for me.
Yes. Request me again.
What can I say? I find it
interested.
nice to hang out with you. I found it nice to hang out with you. Well, I'll have you know, I'm quite the expensive friend to have. uh, I'd say being a friend, it should be expensive to be a friend with you. Did I mention you're a really good friend? And Kumoko's like, oh, please don't flatter me. She blushes. It seems Billy's getting through to her somewhat, maybe.
Yeah, nakukuha na unti-unti ni Billy yung trust ni Kumoko.
Alright, so since Kumoko already knows Billy, they skip the bath and just decide, instead, Kumoko already has a table with drinks and stuff prepared. Yeah, I actually cooked these myself. I hope they are to your satisfaction. And I was like, wow, you're quite skilled, I guess. Is this actually are all the other workers like this? I don't know. I don't mingle with my co-workers all that often. But since my parents are not very good at sustaining themselves, I've sort of learned how to cook for them.
Yeah. Now I understand why you cook very well. Because you are such an independent woman, and I'm amazed by you.
Geez, you're such a flatterer. Anyway, why not just get straight to the point?
Why you come back, sasabihin niya.
Why you've come back, though you still refuse and you insist on simply chatting with me? You already mentioned this yourself. I'm quite smart and perceptive. I know there's a reason you're doing this. You can rest assured I'll keep it a secret. Customer satisfaction is still one of my priorities. She winks with two eyes.
Parang si Kumoko ang nagdumilisip kay Billy.
Billy's like, wait, who's getting played here? Me or her? Me? Or am I the one being deceived here? Who am I kidding? I'm the one being played here. I'm a useless Sigma male. And she's probably a trained professional at this.
Yeah. Kasi gumugulo sa isip ni Billy kung mapagkakatiwalaan ko ba talaga siya? Sasabihin ko ba yung mission ko? May operation? Or baka inaano lang niya ako? Pero, so, si Billy ka ang nag-deceive. Kasi nalilito siya kung sasabihin pa niya eh. Di ba sinabihan siya ni Kumoko na, tell me, you can trust me. Tell me what you want.
You're the one controlling Billy right now. Anything you want, anything Billy will say and do is up to you, and not up to me. I am Kumoko Ami right now.
Yeah, nga eh.
If you need any sort of guiding hand rather than making decisions, you can always try rolling. Try doing rolls. Like for example, rolling for perception to see what if Kumoko might be aware of something or other.
Mag-roll ako perception?
That is, if you want to. Of course, if you roll for perception, you are gonna be asking me a question on what you want to percept. Ulterior motives, lies, secret entrances. And then you roll for perception, and then we'll see if you roll high enough to learn if there is indeed a secret door, if someone is indeed lying, and all that stuff.
Magtatanong muna ako o mag-roll muna?
There are other attributes you can roll for, and yeah, you can ask anything. You don't need to roll anything.
Aas na?
Your 10 minutes are ticking.
Okay. I'm here because I want to be honest with you, and I hope that
So sincere.
but yeah, para mapili ni na sincere. Di ba napili ni Kumoko na sincere?
Oh no, that was me talking. Or maybe it was Kumoko sarcastic now.
Yeah, I'm afraid, but I don't know how will I start this conversation. I don't know where to start. asking. I have a lots of questions in my mind right now.
Well, you don't have to force yourself. Like I said, customer satisfaction. As a prostitute, it is sort of our job to guide the hearts of lost men. There are many people out there, and I'd like to believe our job is a noble one. It is simply the government that says prostitution and stuff are illegal. I will admit I am aware that prostitution is a less than nice job to have, and there are plenty of accidents. But I am of the firm belief. I read a book once. I'd say the name, but I forgot the name of the book and the author. But if the government would just finally decide to make this job, it is, regardless,
Legal.
it is still very much a real job that everyone should have the right to be able to do legally. But yeah, it is basically our job as prostitutes to give comfort to our clients. One of the ways to do that, and the easiest and best way to do that, apparently, is through sex, but that isn't the only thing that can give comfort. And it isn't always the best answer. You can take your time. I'll be here waiting, as long as you have the money to hire me, of course.
No, I'm just curious.
At least she's honest and straightforward.
Yeah. I'm just curious. Who is the one running this business?
That's an employee. We are, and obviously since this place is a secret, obviously we are not allowed to give out such information just willy-nilly. You know what they say about what's the term for it? Confidentiality.
Hindi rin nila alam kung sino talaga amo nila. Kumbaga, hindi pa nila namimit. Sabihin niya ni Kumu ko. Kumbaga, hindi namin, dahil nga masyadong hindi pa namin nakakaharap ang may-ari ng yard.
If you go ask someone else, I can tell you they'll have an entirely different story of how they got here. Maybe it was from some ad, maybe someone recommended them, maybe it was just by pure accident that they found themselves here and are now hired. Regardless, we're all here now.
So if this establishment will get closed, are you the one that will be affected that much, or are you happy?
I did
Na
say,
alam na ni Billy, kasi yun naman ang plano nila, di ba? Ipa-close ang establishment.
yep, I did say I came here partly to punish myself. If this place were to close down, it wouldn't be that big of a deal. I'm mostly, I guess you could say, although I did say I used this to punish myself, it's sort of technically just something I'm doing. I'm technically just doing this
Hobby.
job for fun.
Hobby lang yan.
But not everyone. Like I said, there are many people working here, and they all have different stories. I hear some women work as a prostitute because they absolutely have to. Maybe they work from maybe they're poor and they can't afford it, so they resort to illegal methods, a lot less than stellar. Maybe it's for a noble cause. Why I'm quite familiar with her. Well, not really, but if I remember correctly, I have one of the best workers I have here, and apparently she's working here because one of her parents is suffering from a sickness, and she wants to get money quickly. But yeah, obviously there will be some effects. If there was someone who came here, they may believe their actions are just, and they probably are, but there are always consequences, both good and bad, for every action.
Yeah, now I understand. I truly understand everything. Parang
Okay.
naiilang na si Billy kay Moko.
I'm 16. And you, you're like 20?
No, because
I'm 30. Oh, by the way, here's her face, lol.
face nila,
Nikumoko.
asa na?
You should still be in the map, right? Red hair, 4 eyes, literal 4 eyes. Oh, you don't have the map.
Wala.
You mean?
Ayan, natakpan pala. Nakakatakot naman.
Yep, 4 eyes. I drew it myself.
Nakakatakot. Ayoko pala siya kakwentuhan.
Once you get past the creepiness of her appearance, the fact that she has a vampire's pale white skin and 4 eyes, and her hairdo is styled like a fucking spider, she's quite nice, wouldn't you think?
Yan, takpan lang to. Ayan o. Takpan mo yung noon, tsaka yung kilay. Okay na siya.
Uh,
Red eyes pa din.
The 10 minutes passed by. Along the way, Billy forgot that he was actually supposed to be questioning her for more info. They ended up just enjoying their time together.
Chit-chat, yeah.
Mission failed successfully? Billy returns to the HQ, and Pansy is like, "You look quite happy with yourself. I assume that's because you got some valuable information." And then Billy's like, "I did? Fuck! Kumoko!" Anyway, we still got some time. Why not? Let's go for one more week. Tokyo will once again continue doing her usual. Everyone will continue doing their usual thing. Tokyo will roll for presence. Panacea will roll for fortitude. And Billy will roll for will.
My presence is...
I'll roll for Billy this time in Panacea.
Alright, sino pa? Tokyo ako, presence.
Ooh, nice.
Wow, nice. 16 and 1. 17.
I rolled a 21 for Billy and a
Wow.
15 for Panacea.
Ako 17.
Alright, so in terms of work, the boss has taken notice that the Tokyo and Panacea are trying their best. And he's also taken a keen interest on the fact that Tokyo sure loves flirting.
Kaya naisip niya,
Although
pwede ko itong pakinabangan,
not getting
pagkakitaan.
too much success. Meanwhile, Billy's trying his best dealing with working at a convenience store and dealing with all the problem customers that deal with it. Anyway, Tokyo and Panacea suddenly get a call from their boss. The boss wants to talk to you two. And Panacea and Tokyo look at each other. Uh-oh, did we do something bad? So you guys are in the boss's office now. He has his swivel chair turned around and like, you guys have been working rather tirelessly. I even noticed you guys tend to work overtime sometimes. And let's not forget to mention Tokyo's vivacious flirtations.
Ability.
Is there anything you have to say in response?
Sir, we just want a higher position if it's possible for us. Because we really work hard. If you just give us a chance, and we promise you that you will never regret it.
I am of the opinion that actions speak louder than words. Over the past month, we've been working together. Your actions have definitely spoken. The words you say, you need a higher position, you need higher money.
Yes.
Well,
Pakita niya sa kanila yung boss.
your work ethics are indeed quite quaint. While I still can't get you guys to become singers or dancers in this bar, like I already said, we don't do that in this bar.
Can you just give us a position that's...
I guess I can temporarily promote you guys as a test.
Waitress?
As you guys want a higher position as waitresses. Yeah, is perhaps it might be. You guys don't need to answer this question, but might I ask why you guys are hell-bent on getting promoted and working at a higher position in this bar?
First, we need to be honest, we want more money. Para hindi mag-isip yung boss.
I see. More
We want a higher salary.
more money, you say.
Yeah, high salary.
How desperate are you guys then?
Very, very. We are willing to do everything.
I'm quite familiar with the rumors surrounding this bar. I'm sure you guys are familiar with it as well. I assume then that you guys are aware of it too. You guys can be honest. Are you aware of the rumors?
Yes, but we keep our mouth shut, our eyes blinded with that particular thing. Para ma-convince namin si boss. Kunwari ano kami, ears closed, eyes closed, mouth shut.
Alright then. One last question. How old are you two?
Panacea is just 20.
Panacea is 22, and Tokyo is 30. Do they want to say that? Do they want to be honest? Do they want to lie?
I'll just say my age.
Panacea is quite petite and small. Although she's
Pwede
22,
niyo
she's only 162 centimeters.
Yeah, pwede sabihin ni Panacea na I am only 17. And Tokyo and me, I am only 21. Magkabata pa rin, fresh pa.
Alright. Roll for deception.
For Tokyo.
Yes. And Panacea.
For 1D10. 8 and 0, 10. Nag-explode.
Nice.
And 8. Ay, humulong. Saan na? Wala na, basta 8.
So 18 total.
Plus 6.
18 plus 6,
24.
24. Alright.
Mukhang nakuha namin si
Panacea
Boss,
says she's 17, while Tokyo lies about being 21 or something as well. The boss becomes...
Ay, sabihin ko kaya 18. 18 lang si Tokyo, para bata pa din.
Alright. Very well, then you say you're 18 instead.
17 si ano.
The boss becomes suspicious, but then more specifically to Panacea, but Tokyo immediately notices, and then she's like, Tokyo vouches for Panacea. I've been good friends with her, I can vouch. She is actually only 17.
She's just a high school student.
The boss begins staring holes into the both of you. Although he only has 2 eyes, it feels as if he's staring at both of you at the same time, all the same.
Hindi nila pinapakita, pero nanlalamig na sila, pinagpapawisan.
After a silence that felt like an eternity.
Yeah.
Very well then. I'll let you guys work as waitresses for the next week. If I am happy, then you guys can keep your position as waitresses, and perhaps I even have a better business opportunity for you guys as well. If you guys impress me. So go and impress me.
Thank you so much, boss. We will do our best.
Yes, your job begins next week. So be prepared.
Yay! Tapos na tayo.
Not yet, there's still Billy. Alright, meanwhile, as for Billy, he's trying his best to get accustomed to this new life style he's trying to live now for this operation. He's back at the brothel once again, back with Kuboko once again. They've definitely both gotten used to each other's presence now. And Bill,
And you could say na parang friends na sila.
yeah, at least Billy thinks as much as while he's eating the usual dinner Kumoko has prepared for him. Billy's complaining about how much his day job as a convenience store worker sucks.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, like holy crap. Come on, isn't it obvious? You need your receipt if you want a refund. We can't just give out things willy-nilly without getting your receipt. What if you're lying? And even if you're not lying, we don't know that. Information and evidence and stuff, like all that's important, you know.
Kasi kami po ang mapuputukan kapag walang inaudit yan. Then walang receipt.
Meanwhile, Kumoko's just nodding while she's eating. You know, if your job sucks so much and you're not getting paid, why are you going through bottles?
Oh.
You clearly can't afford it.
There.
You clearly can't afford it, yet you're dealing with it. Could it be you're working as hard as you are because you want to see me more?
Yeah, Kumoko.
Yeah, I'll have
What
you.
if I want to know you more? I want to know you better.
If
Because
you're
I'm happy when I'm talking to you. All my tiredness and all the fatigue that I felt when I'm in the work, everything gone when I'm with you.
I'll have you
But
know.
oops, Kumoko, don't think of it as more than everything or more than anything. I just want you to be with. I'm so, kumbaga kinukuha ko si Bibili yung di ba? I'm looking at you as like one of my sister or my baby sister or a friend because I don't have friends. Kunwari wala talaga kaibigan si Bibili. Okay? Naniniwala kaya si Anang?
I was gonna say it's against policy for us to be in any form of actual relationship with our customers. But that sincerity, God, it's so cringy. Roll for persuasion. Why not?
Sa 20 lang.
Yeah.
Wow. 2. Oh,
I'll give you a legend point.
why?
Technically, I'm quite pleased with how you're role-playing Billy. I just realized he has the socially awkward flaw. He likes to flirt. Whether Billy knew it or not, whether you knew it or not, you were engaging in flirtation. And that's quite amazing.
I'm in character.
So yeah, Kumboko sees Billy as cringy, but I must say that I find that quite endearing. Why, at this point, I might as well even just be willing to give you your money back once we're done, so you can just give it back to me and you can continue hanging out with me. I'm quite enjoying these Sundays. These 10 minutes we spend together every Sunday as well. And Bailey's like, shucks, isn't it supposed to be the other way around? I guess. You've always been the one asking questions. But that's and I've never asked that much questions, but that's partly because of my policies and codes. But if it's okay with you, I'd like to share a secret with you, maybe.
Okay.
Have you ever been regarded as weird? Have you ever been outcasted because you don't fit in?
Yes.
Wow, no hesitation. I can't tell if it's sincere or not. I don't know if you've noticed, but you're basically pretty much the only customer still requiring my services. Nobody else wants to give me. I've been rated 0 stars, but that's also because I have 0 people going after my services. They see my pale white skin and my 4 eyes, and they're immediately gotten away from me. I honestly didn't mind it all that much. That meant my job was pretty easy. All I had to do was show up and then I'd get paid. Just because I work here even though no one hires me. But then you suddenly came along. It's probably because, it's probably just because I'm the cheapest one around. But still, I appreciate it. It's not just me who's regarded as a social outcast. I have a friend as well. We're both high school students. Lots of teenage dramas we suffer from. Part of the reason I go here, I guess. But yeah, the two of us closely bond because both of us are outcasts. But I know this is gonna be hard to believe, but part of the reason we're regarded as outcasts is because we possess something that nobody else really does. And I'm not just talking about these 4 eyes. I'm talking something more along the lines of, let's say, supernatural?
I don't understand what you're saying, Kumoko.
Like, how would you respond when when a guy suddenly shows up and then a punchy ghost person just appears behind them? How would you respond to that? And apparently they can control it and they talk about it, how it has like a range of 2 meters or something.
Of course, I will be shocked. Pero alam na sa tumatakbo sa isip ni Billy na baka may id si Kumoko. Id yung sinasabi niya. Pero I have to play innocent and walang alam. Okay? What are you talking about? I'm confused, Kumoko.
Yes, I would be too. But our school is quite strange. It seems to attract a lot of strange people. A lot of dangerous ones too, I'd say. Not physically, but more so mentally. I mean, I'm sort of a living testimony of that. I think I already mentioned this, but yes, I'm an outcast, and as a result I'm bullied. Me and my friend, we sort of have some sort of strange talent, but not a lot of people know or care about that, and I really just wanted to vent about that. Maybe someday I'll tell you more about it, but I will have to tell you I have some strange interests. But considering you're here, I'd assume you'd be okay with that. Anyway, if you couldn't tell by the way I style my hair. Oh, I guess I should mention this first. Have you noticed my clothes? Yeah, silk dress with a cobweb design. Real pretty, I guess. And it looks cool. Where'd you get it, actually? You'd be surprised to hear that I got it from myself.
How come?
I tailored it myself using only the finest of silk. You see, I've always been interested in silk. Well, more specifically, the creatures that can create silk.
Kasi nga parang siyang spider pala.
Wait, do you mean to tell me, you
Is
think
niya spider?
spiders are cool or something? Yes, I believe the term for it would be arachnophile. Does that bother you?
At first, yeah, but with you, I don't think so.
Some like to say I've call me a spider myself because of my mutation, but my love for spiders don't stem from this. I don't think it's genetic that I'm quite as interested in spiders as I am. I just sort of became interested in them.
So how do you deal with it? Is it makes your life harder because of that?
Yes, at many times I I consider just ending it all. Staring into the sky and then down below as I eat lunch alone on the school rooftop. Sometimes I like to imagine what will happen if I just fell off. But hey, that's sort of why I'm here as well. It's a form of suicide, you could say, for me to be working here. If someone were to find out, my entire reputation would be already way more ruined than it already has been.
Wow. Kumuko, I am so honored and humbled that you tell me your story. Tell me that you told me your life.
Well, I'm quite honored. Well, honestly, I feel the honors are all mine. It's mostly
Kakahulugan na talaga sila ng loob. Pero as a friend lang, kay Billy, there's no malice. Kasi gusto niya nga tulungan yung mga child na na-abuse.
it's mostly because of you that I've started feeling a bit better about myself.
Si Kumuko ang parang nag-fall na kay Billy kasi nga understanding, tapos magaling mag-comfort.
I admire that about you. There aren't a lot of men these days that are quite like you. I know a bunch of my classmates who are rather egotistical and stuff. But you're different. I like you. Not romantically though, don't get your hopes up. I already have a boyfriend.
Oh, wow, nice.
And Billy's like, yeah, nice, he says. Just like, yeah, because he already said nice, but then he gets to
Hindi niya
thinking,
pinahalata yung niya.
and then suddenly, wait, if you already have a boyfriend, then doesn't that mean you're technically cheating on him? Am I now?
Why your boyfriend allow you to work in this area?
Well,
This kind of work.
that's because he doesn't know about it, and I'm technically not cheating now, aren't I? Haven't I already told you? No one ever acquires my services apart from you. And even then, you don't have sex with me. So, I'm technically not cheating. And I'm like, wow, that's messed up. Anyway, I had fun, but unfortunately that is our 10 minutes. I look forward to next week. And Billy's like, yeah, same. Stay safe. That he leaves, and meanwhile Billy comes home, and then Tokyo and Panacea are staring at their thing, and then they stare back at Billy and they're like, why are you guys acting like that? Panacea's like, good bad news. What do you mean good bad news? It means it's good news, but at the same time it's also bad news. We've been recommended. The boss finally revealed about the brothel, and we're being asked. And then Billy's like, what? To be continued. Hell yeah. All that hard work, all one entire month. Progress is going slowly. But we're getting close.
Wala akong cellphone Wala yan.
That was super strange and weird. You were role-playing as a guy, and I was role-playing as a girl, and it was a brothel. And the child prostitution. Isn't that the great thing about role-playing, though?
Yeah.
I once heard a funny story of two very straight men, apparently, going too far with their role playing, and then they actually kissed on table a lot. For their entire party was there to see it. That was hilarious.